is I got in the zone working on a different piece, and I completely forgot about the live stream. I basically I had an alarm and I never went off. So apologies for that. I know a lot of you have been waiting here, and all I can say is I'm really sorry about it. I've got a lot of stuff going on right now. Here I am anyway. For whoever's still here, let me have a look. Have I top chat, live chat? Okay, so this is a page that we are going to be inking today. So we're going to tape it onto the light table. And once again, sorry about not showing up at the right time of the live stream. This is a mistake on my part. But here I am now, and if you were here, if you are here now, then we can actually ink a page and see how it goes for now, for however much time we got left here. But yeah, I can only apologize for it. I've got a lot of work at the moment, and I've been in and out of the country, going to France, signing books. They just released volume 3 of Birdking in France. So that means I'm going to different cities throughout the week, signing books in different bookshops. I spent some time in the French Alps. When was that? The French Alps last weekend. And this weekend I'm going to Toulouse for Free Comic Book Day. So let me see. Okay, so let's fit this in here. Okay. All right, we're gonna stick the paper onto the light table. Here we go. Voila. All right. Let me have a look at what we got here. I'm gonna bring you closer to this part of the page. And let me bring my pens. Also, it's really hot in here in the UK today, so I feel like the heat is kind of really messing up with my head. Okay. Let's just carry on. Let's just kind of get inking. Usually when I get inking, I forget about everything else. And that's kind of what happened early on, where I was supposed to be here for 5 p.m. and I completely forgot about it. I was working on a piece that I'm doing for someone else. And when I realized it was too late, so I just kind of panicked and put my phone on the tripod very quickly. And, you know, here I am. Okay, this frame that I'm working on is Thornier's, and I apologize to anyone who hasn't read Birdking Volume 1. This is Thornier's grave. Okay. So yeah, other than that, I met a lot of people last week when I went book signing. That was kind of really cool. It's always nice to meet everyone who actually reads the books. And whenever I go to those book signings, I come back kind of re-energized and ready to draw a lot more. I met a lot of artists and creative people who work in video games and on kind of just creative industries. I went to a city in France called Annecy, and a lot of the people in there who came to my book signing work for Ubisoft France. So that's really cool to see all of these kind of concept artists and game developers and just basically really creative people who enjoy Birkin. Cool tunes, yes, thank you. It's not so much that it's making me rush pages, but I'm slightly overwhelmed with work at the moment. So I'm trying to kind of keep that balance where you kind of get enjoyment out of it, enjoy the process, and you don't rush it, but also you try to hit deadlines, which is kind of the hardest thing to do. Is kind of trying to hit that balance is not, it's never easy. um but it's part of the job, and I do get to do this for a living, which is fantastic, and I'll never take it for granted. So it's just a minor thing to kind of deal with, honestly. I as artists, as I'm sure you know, if we get unlimited time to do something, then we'll take forever. So it's always good to have actual deadlines to kind of stick to. um Let me see, this pen is not plain ball on top of that. Okay, I'm fixing it. I've really been using this pen a lot this week. Okay. I think I'm really going to need to turn on the air conditioning this week if the weather carries on like this. It's not usually this hot in the UK, so this is kind of a very rare thing for us. Okay. So yeah, these pages that I'm inking now, they're a bit of a spoiler if you haven't read volume 1, so apologies for that. There we go. This is how you find out. I am so sorry. But how come you haven't read volume 1? This is kind of on you a little bit as well. Okay. I'll ink this here manually. Oh, you got all 3 books. Oh, there you go. Okay. Also, we've been discussing the idea of, well, not discussing it, we know it's going to happen. We're just kind of in the middle of making arrangements for Birkin to come out in different languages. Obviously, it's been fairly successful in France. So now we're getting a lot of requests from publishers in different countries in Europe. So we're quite excited about it, the possibility of having Birkin in various languages, possibly in Polish, in Czech, Spanish, if we get around to it. These kind of deals usually take a while, but I'd love to see what the book looks like in different languages. Okay. Also, when I was in France, I met a few. Well, actually, I met a couple of patrons, which was really cool because I very rarely get to meet my patrons kind of face to face. A lot of you are in the US, so I only had a chance when I went to New York Comic Con. That was very rare. But then I have a couple in France, and they came to see me, so that was really cool. They had all the tokens and they had all the stickers, and some pips came with the toys of Birdking to sign. It's a lot of fun. Lucky's Kiwi. Yes, pages are for sale. It depends where you are. I have a gallery that represents me in Paris, and they've sold most of my pages in France. They still have a few pages from Volume 2 available on their shop. They're called Achetes de l'Art. And they do a lot of kind of original works in France, so people know them quite well there. But on top of that, then if you want one of my pages, you just email me about it and you let me know which page you're after, and I could possibly make it available on my website for you to buy. Make sure you familiarize yourself with the prices. I think I've sold a couple of pages on my website and you can still see them there. Or you can go to the website of my gallery in France and see the pieces they've sold there or the ones they have available there, just so you can get a range of how much things are, etc. Okay. Hi, Gabriel. How are you? Oh, Gabriel Franklin. Oh, you just got volume 1. Oh, that's really cool. So I hope you've read it already. I don't, as I said earlier, I don't want to spoil the story for a lot of people here due to the panels that I'm inking right now. But glad to hear you got volume 1, and hopefully that will encourage you to get volume 2 and volume 3. Okay, I got this here. Okay, got this little kind of monument. I love drawing statues and stuff that's made of stone. It's so much texture that you have to give them to make them look like it's actual stone, and I think that sits quite well with the kind of texture that I do with my tiny little lines. So yeah, it's one of my favorite things to draw, statues and stone stuff. Okay. For those of you asking about if I sell my pages, also we did a show for volume 2 in France, and we sold a bunch of pages. We sold the cover for volume 2 in France, which is different to the cover of volume 2 in the UK. And what else did we sell? Yeah, we sold a bunch of pages, not all of them. I still have a few. I saved some of my favorites to keep with me because I'm still not sure if I'm going to sell them. But yeah, it was a pretty good show. We also did a bit of book signing at the show. A lot of people came around. Then I went for drinks with publishers of Birdking in France after. It was a lot of fun. Okay, we're gonna ink this here, just like that. And you can see how in my roughs I kind of delineate where the black shadows are going to be. So when I ink, sometimes I just go and do tiny little X's like this, just so I know where they should go all in black. And later on, I'll go with a bigger pen or something that releases more ink to kind of go over it. Go. And you know, thank you to all of you who actually kind of stayed around, kind of waiting for me to show up. I know a lot of you believe that the live stream had ended already, and I know some of you just kind of were here waiting, and I really appreciate that. I felt really bad that I completely forgot about the live stream and my alarm didn't go off. I kind of feel like being late for school, just running around, kind of trying to be on time. All right. And I haven't got any music today, so should be a quiet inking session today. No background music today. Oof. Also, I found this new pen. Let me see if I can get it into focus. There we go. The Pilot Kakuno is really cool. I've got extra fine nib one, and it's super thin. It's like 0.3, and you can see the lines are so stupidly thin. You can even see them. It's too thin for me to sketch with, but I've just ordered uh, a medium and a fine line version of it, and I'm really excited to try them. So I'll let you know how it goes with it, but I think this might be a really good pen to have. So I've been trying quite a few pens recently. Fountain pens. It's one of those things where you buy one and you're never happy with it. You're always trying to find the next best thing. Okay. So this frame is just a grave, but obviously it's really important to get all the details and get it to resemble the same frame from volume 1. Okay. And it has a very weird perspective. It's supposed to be a POV from Bianca looking at it. So um, yeah, it's got a bit of a twist the way the camera is pointing down. I'm not sure if you guys know, but when I sketch these shots, a lot of the times I don't get reference for them. I feel like it's easier to kind of distort the perspective than to try to get it right sometimes. And when I do try and get it kind of perfectly correct, the way you're taught how to do it at art school, it doesn't look right. It feels a bit forced. Um, but that may just be me and my brain. Um, so I just kind of prefer to kind of do this weird kind of I don't know what to call it. You kind of force a perspective by wobbling the view, and everything kind of looks a bit off, but it works in the end. There you go. X, X, X. We're going to fill this in with black. I'm going to use a bigger pen for that. A lot of grass here. Okay. Right. So I'm going to turn off the light and let me reduce this. Yeah, there you go. So you can see a lot better. Move a little bit to the side. And we're going to use a bigger pen that has a bit more ink to flow so we can fill in all these bits with black. You can see how my hands are just covered in ink. I've been at it all day, non-stop. There we go. Ooh, that looks extra inky. All right, let's see. Hopefully I don't make a mess. Looks okay for now. Okay, where else have we got tiny X's? Oh, here. Okay. Afternoon, Jonas. Jonas is here. Okay, now there's a bit of an issue here with ink, so I'm going to check. There we go. Okay. Right. Okay. That's the first panel. We move on to the second panel, which is Bianca holding her little cute rabbit. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'm trying to do it in a way where you can see what I draw. So, but I need to hold the paper so I can see the lines properly. Do let me know if you can't see anything, and I'll try and move my hands around a lot better. Okay. Okay, the eyes, that's the main thing. If you don't get the eyes right, the whole thing is fucked. So, okay, let me put you here so you can see what I'm doing. All right. Cool tunes. So yeah, I mean, my first self-published book was written by me entirely, and oh, actually, no, I did have. I was collaborating with someone. So yeah, I've got a couple of projects in kind of waiting for me. Once I finish Birdking, one of them is a comic I'm doing for a magazine that's very popular in France called Metal and I wrote the story. It's a 9-page comic, and I just need to work on it once I get a chance. And depending on how things go, I'd like to kind of write more of my own stories. But that doesn't mean I don't want to collaborate in the future. I'm open to it. I think as long as I can draw cool stuff and tell cool stories, I don't really mind. Okay, now we'll do Bianca's scars here. Okay. Now this rabbit, I've been drawing it recently, just trying to make it look cuter. And I think the key to make this rabbit look cuter is to make the eyes quite big and to not draw the nose too much. You just do these little lines. That's it. Now big floppy ears. Now it's a cute rabbit right there. Okay. How about that? Okay. Okay. So we move on to the second hand here. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a good week so far. How many days are we in? Like 4 days in. Yeah, has it been a good week for you? Has it been a bad week? My week has been busy, but it doesn't mean it's bad. That's kind of actually a good thing, but still kind of busy and hectic. Oh, cool tunes. You're right. I call them scars, but they are birthmarks. You are absolutely right. I stand corrected about my own creation. Yeah, these are birthmarks that in the sintered only come true when you are in contact with fire. So if you are a young sintered and you've never had fire on your skin, if you've never kind of burned yourself, you'll never see the scars. Well, the birthmarks coming out. So actually, that's a really good point. And yeah, I stand corrected. That's really cool that you caught me in that. Whoa, 60 pages. Well done. That is a lot of work. 60 pages of comics, that is no joke, honestly. Comics is one of those things where it looks all fun and games, but the moment you're sitting down working on the comic, that's when you realize how much work it actually involves. Which makes me think a lot about mangakas. Like they do some crazy panels and they have some stupid deadlines. And I guess it's no wonder a lot of them die young and they have terrible health. So yeah, it's not a very glamorous lifestyle, is it? Okay, I need more ink on this. I need to push the converter. I will show you guys how I do it, but I'm scared of splashing ink on here. So I usually just put it out and then I just squeeze more ink from the converter. 'Cause for some reason, I don't know if it's the heat, but something is not letting it flow today. All right. Back in action. do extra birthmarks here. See, I always call them scars, but now I'm I'm very self-conscious of it. They're not scars, they're birthmarks. Okay. All right, and then as usual, we turn off the light table to see how it's looking and make sure that everything is okay. I think it is. And I think that actually means we can move on to the next panel. So I'll move the light table a little bit, and there's this kind of aerial view of Bianca standing by the grave, and that's the next panel we're going to be working on. So let's kind of kick it off here. There we go. So cool tunes, you've done 60 pages. How many do you have left to do? But 60 pages, that's a lot of pages. How many pages in total do you have to do for your comic? Okay. Okay, the ink is actually flowing now, which is a good thing. I've been having issues with the flow of the ink all day. That's why my hands are covered in ink today. Okay, got a sword here. Okay. Bunch of flowers here. Usually when I draw flowers from far away, they're just these little kind of smudges. Okay, no ending sign, it seems. So Tony, he wishes he could get one of the Soul zines. Tony, I think I saw some people selling them on eBay a while ago. Maybe they're still selling them. Yeah, that we kind of reprinted that zine like 3 times, and then we did the last print, which was limited edition, and that was it. And I guess we never thought it was going to have so much demand. And it's been a few years, and people still talk about it, which obviously is really cool. But I wish I could print more and kind of make sure everyone gets one. But also, if you say something is limited edition, then it has to be limited edition, right? 160 pages, that is a lot. 160 pages is as much as volume 4 of Birkin is going to be, and it's quite a bit. It's not it's not for the faint-hearted. So good luck with it. Oh, Tony, so what kind of art do you do? Are you an illustrator? Do you do comics? What kind of art are you up to? Concept artist? It's one of those things I've come to realize about my work, especially when I went book signing recently. My work does attract a lot of artists and people who actually draw, which is quite interesting. So I don't know if that's, I mean, to me, that's a good thing. To me, I'm quite happy that the people who like my work is people who, have a knowledge of the craft and then get to appreciate it even more. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's quite interesting. Let's see. Man, so Cool Tunes is working on an epic tale. So 160 pages just to introduce the characters. That is intense. Okay, so Tony is an illustrator, is a fellow illustrator, and also is a fellow skull lover, which is never a bad thing. Oh, run out of ink. Let me push the converter again. You see what I'm saying? This converter is not playing ball today. Okay. Oh wow, cool tunes. That's very flattering, man. Thank you. I'll be honest with you. I can't imagine my comics being used as reference. I guess because it's just me here in my studio drawing it and using other references to draw this book. So it feels a bit meta. But well, thank you so much for telling me. I guess like you yourself, you are working on your comic right now, and if someone is to tell you now that other people will use your book as reference, it will sound a bit strange to you, right? That's exactly how I feel about it. It's the same way when you work on your comics, and well, give me a second. There's a plane passing by, and I'm not sure if you guys can hear me. But when you work in your comics, you work in your illustration for years, and you just add it, and you have your art heroes that you follow that you want to get advice from, and all of a sudden, then you have people coming up to you asking for advice, and that always feels very very strange. Because to this day you still feel like you're in no position to give anyone advice, as you feel that you're still learning. But at the same time, you've gone through a lot of struggles and things to get your art to a certain point, so it is good to share that knowledge, whatever however little knowledge it is kind of good to share it out there. Okay, I'm reading your comments right now, guys. Content, I wish you luck. Is it going to work? Da, 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 da. Oh, that's really cool that people are kind of vibing in the chat. I hope all of you guys kind of connect. A lot of you are artists, so you definitely have a lot in common. Okay, doing more flowers here. And when you're doing long projects like comic books of 160 pages, every now and then you need some perspective into what you're doing, and you need some other creatives who can tell you that things are going to be okay and who are kind of going through the same stuff. That's always really helpful. So whenever you see my phone shaking, it's because I'm trying to check your messages in the chat. Yep, Tony gets it. Tony gets it. Okay. Okay, there's a very strange angle for Bianca here. It's kind of an aerial view, but at the same time, you get to see a little bit of the front and where she's holding the rabbit. So again, I don't think this is the right perspective, and I just kind of forced it a little bit. But if it works for the scene, then I'm happy for it. I'm gonna move a little bit higher so you guys can see what I'm doing. I start drawing and I forget that I keep on going lower, and then the camera doesn't follow me. Also, when I was signing books over the weekend, I met a lot of people who were really talented. It's crazy the talent out there, honestly. And I feel like people are getting younger and even more talented. I met a lot of young people who were like 16, 17, and they had amazing work already. That's just kind of, it's really inspiring to see, honestly. Sorry about the weird zoom in and out. I think my camera is struggling to kind of focus on what I'm doing. Okay. All right, guys. If I hear the door in my flat, that means I need to finish my live stream and start cooking. So just so you know, at some point I'm gonna hear the door in my flat, and that means the live stream will be over because I need to start cooking dinner. um, just so you don't think I'm just leaving abruptly. Pawn hour saving for going down to the road. Draw expression of system. Wow, Tony, that's pretty intense, man. That's quite serious, and I'm so happy to hear that art has really helped you out in so many ways. Certainly has given me a refuge when I've had very dark moments in my life as well. Obviously, nothing as serious as what you're describing here for yourself, but I can see how art will give you that, and I think if you're someone who's creative in any way, and you have a way to kind of kind of put your output there, you're very lucky. So I'm happy for you, man. Oh wow, my videos. Wow. Okay. Wow, that's really cool, man. That's quite overwhelming. um, I wonder which kind of videos and what kind of videos are you doing now? Okay, let me ink this bit here. I see, Tony. You're in the Ukraine. All right, man. Wow. Okay, man. Really, really cool to hear this. Like, it's kind of overwhelmed to hear it all, and all I can say is thank you for sharing your story with us, and stay strong, and whenever you can, find that refuge in your art, and wow. Yeah, just keep it up, man. Honestly. Oh wow, okay, sketchbooks. Yeah, sketchbooks are fun, I think people get a bit too precious with the sketchbooks, they want them to look perfect. They see people online showing these beautiful sketchbooks with colors and perfect anatomy, and well, that's great to see because I enjoy those videos too. I think people shouldn't get caught into trying to make a sketchbooks look like some kind of art display thing, It's sketchbook is a place to make mistakes. And yeah, keep on making your videos, one day you're making videos for yourself, just to kind of get people to see your work, and next, other people are being inspired by your videos, which is mad. So yeah, you never know. Honestly, you never know who's gonna see your stuff. You never know who's out there watching it. um, that kind of blows my mind a little bit. Okay, we're gonna go back to inking this. Anyway, you guys, I hope you forgive me for today's messed up with the live stream. It's the only time it has happened, and I intend of making sure that it doesn't happen again. And we'll hopefully we can carry on doing these little live streams. They're pretty chill, and we all get to kind of chat and relax and draw. Um, yeah, it's just been a bit of a hectic week for me. I came back from France and I had to catch up on all the work I didn't do while I was away. And now I have to kind of pack up and leave on Saturday for Toulouse again. And kind of same thing. So so thank you for understanding, and thank you for all of you who kind of sat here waiting for me for the live stream to start. And in the next live stream, I'll be telling you about the new pens that I got. I'll tell you if they're worth getting. Um, but I've got a good feeling about them. Also, I may have said this before, but I found this new ink. Well, not new. It's actually maybe a lot of you are familiar with it. I think it's German, Rotring. It's a very well-known brand, and that's the ink I'm currently using. I used to use the Kurotaki, which was really good, but it doesn't have enough flow for the pens that I'm using. So I'm on the Rotring ink right now, and it's doing pretty well. But I'm curious about the pilot pens that I ordered. So I'll let you know when that happens. Because I also ordered a bit of pilot ink. Um, is coming all the way from Japan, which uh, silly, but it's really difficult to get pilot ink here in the UK apparently. Um, Yeah, thanks, Cooltunes. I wasn't really rushing. I just, I was caught in the zone. I was working on a different piece, and I don't know if this happens to you when you're working on your comics, but I lose track of time whenever I'm drawing. And I don't really know if it's from just habit when I used to draw in school, where I drew specifically to kind of make time go quicker. And then that kind of happens to me now, where whenever I sit and draw, just time flies by, which is a good thing. But that's kind of what happened today with the live stream. Okay. Okay, you guys, I think we got this panel. Okay, let me add a bit of stuff here. Maybe this is a rock. We have more grass. Oh, we got a line on this sword here. Let me move the light away from you. Maybe if I turn it off just for this. Yeah, there we go. If I turn it off, you can actually see it. We got 1, 2, and 3 panels. And this panel was quite busy. We can add a bit more of texture here. Okay. And we move on to the last panel here, which is this big kind of panorama here. All right. Thank you, Jonas. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Let me try and get you in a position where you can see what I'm doing on the last panel. Okay. So I'm not sure if you can see it here, but that's Birdking standing there looking at this statue from Volume 1. So I might need a different pen for this. So just let me change. I need to bring the light back. Okay. Come on. What's going on? Oh, there we go. Okay. Well, she was at his grave the whole time, but the last panel is a different shot from a different area. And the last shot is Birkin, not Bianca. Oh, what? You thought Birkin died? Ah, man. Oh, that's probably what you thought. You thought this was a big spoiler. No, this is not. Birkin is not dead. If you have the 3 books, you can see. You can see Bianca. She has a little grave for Thorny, for her master, and that's basically what you're looking at here. And apologies to anyone who hasn't read Volume 1. Okay. Okay. Whoa, it's getting dry. You can see it here. Okay. Let me see if I can get the tip off the pen a little bit wet. That might help. That might not. And we'll push a bit of ink through the converter. Oh, I'm just running out of ink. That's kind of what's happening here. Let's see. All right, we're back. Guys, I need to check the time, and my phone is not showing me the time here. Oh, is it? Oh, it is showing me the time. Okay. Okay. All right. All right, we're good. So guys, for the next live stream, will you prefer I do it later than usual or earlier than usual? What's your guys' take on that? I know today I tried to do it earlier, and obviously I didn't show up, but the idea was to do it kind of half an hour earlier today. Right. So you guys can see the little X's here. That means all of this area is going to be filled in with black, entirely black. And okay, I can try and fix this here. Okay. Black, 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 black. I see. Okay, so whoop, plane passing by. Just give me a second. So earlier wouldn't work for you, but you were here for the earlier stream today, right? Well, the one I tried to do that I couldn't show up for. But okay, so later sounds better for a lot of people, I think. Well, I'm running out of space here. All right. Can you see what I'm doing here now? I think you guys need to kind of move a little bit to the right there. Yeah, okay. To the left. Okay. Okay, you guys can see the little flag that I'm doing there. Okay, we've got this big sword here. And I should really use a ruler for that, but you know me, guys. I don't do rulers very often. That kind of works. So okay. Okay, we got a big moon here. So it's gonna be a perfect circle that I can't do by hand. But I'll give it my best shot. All right, let me stretch for that. Here we go. All right, everyone quiet. I'm going to try and do a perfect circle. Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, it got a bit shaky at the end. Thank you. Thank you, Todd. Yeah, it got quite shaky at the end, but nothing that is gonna ruin the shot. So okay. Fortunately, my style kind of lends itself for this type of mistakes where everything can look a bit wonky, so that's okay. Yeah, exactly. You know, wonkiness is it's kind of okay, you know, it makes it seem real. You don't want things to look too perfect. All right, we've got another sword here. Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, uh, in a world where everything can easily be realistic and perfect, it is good to have wonky lines and kind of a style that looks slightly different and unique, you know. Sorry guys, I wasn't sure if you guys had a good shot of that. That's a very wonky sword. X, X, X. That means we're gonna fill all of that with black later on. Okay. Grass here. X, X. Oh, ink issues again. Honestly, I don't really know what's going on today. All right. Alrighty, I think that's all as far as the actual drawings in the panels go. You guys have seen me do the lines with the ruler before, so I'm not sure if you guys need to see that today, but let's turn off the light here and turn off the light here, and that will let you see things how they're actually looking. So you can see it here, panel per panel. And that's what we've done today. Guys, I better shoot off and start cooking dinner. Thank you so much for, for kind of waiting for me today, for staying with me here today, even though I was really late. I'll make sure that that doesn't happen again. I'll make sure that I'm on time at whatever time I kind of set the next live stream at. And yeah, for those of you who are sketching and drawing along, keep it up. We'll keep each other company while we work on all these pages. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next live stream. As always, it's been a pleasure having you here, and thank you for sharing your stories and kind of keeping me company. All right, thank you guys. Bye.